My sister Rita was involved. Alona Carlin was the teacher.
Yes, okay.
So Alona Carlin taught them, and we went to all the festivals. Went to all festivals in New York, festivals in all over the place, dancing around. And that's how I got into the club. And when I joined the club was in the Ladies' Garment Union Hall in Fairfield Avenue.
Yes.
I don't know if you remember that or not.
I never was a member there. I do know where I did hear about
And
it.
then after that, I went to somewhere on North Avenue, I think it was. I'm not quite sure. And then after that,
Goodsell Street.
Yep.
huh?
Goodsell Street.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
And then I went to Fairfield Avenue,
Post Road. Yep.
and that was a club with like 200 members.
Yes.
Everybody knew everybody. We had these fashions. We had this huge St. Patrick's night dinner dance.
Yes. Yeah.
Pat Flaherty, Eddie Gallagher.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So that became then your Irish connection was the club,
Yeah.
and your wife too was active in that. Was your wife active in the club too?
No, my wife was not really into anything like that. No. She would go to the club all the time, yeah, with us. And she went with the Irish dance and all, but she was not really into that stuff,
Yeah. Yeah. Now you said that you never really sang or anything till you got to this country. You were not much of a singer until you came to this country.
I'm still not much of a singer.
Well, yeah, but you when you came here, what gave you that voice? Why did you start singing here? Do you suppose?
I don't know. I think it was the atmosphere. I liked the atmosphere of the club because the club was all Irish and everybody's talking Irish, and I felt at home there, And I thought, there's probably worse singers here than me,
Would you sing a song for me now?
Oh God, no!
Sure, come on, a little song, just so we have it down for just a bit of a song.
Just something.
What is the song that he's very
Flag of Sinn Féin.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
We love it, Dad. Come on, we'll get it on tape.
Sure, come on, will
You
you?
want me to start you off?
No, I don't.
Oh, go ahead then. Close your eyes. Pretend you're at.
It's too long. It's too
Go ahead.
complicated.
What about the one that you sang to Mr. and Mrs. Delpha?
Oh yeah, sing the one you.
What about the song you sang to the Delphas on their 60th birthday party? The one you sang to the Delphas. Remember Gary and Jean?
Yeah.
That's a shorter
That
song.
was.
Sing that one.
It's a beautiful song. It's a short song.
Go ahead.
It wasn't long. Or don't.
Go ahead.
Have another drink.
You want some water? I got water.
You can do it.
On the bold Galtee Mountains that stand far away, I'll tell you a story that happened one day of a young Irish colleen whose age was 16, as she hoisted her colours, white, orange and green. Now a bold English soldier was passing that way, when he spied the young maiden with her colours so gay. Now he laughed and he jeered and got off his machine, determined to capture the flag of Sinn Féin. Now give me those colours, the young soldier cried. Now give me those colours, and do what is right. If you give me those colours, you'll do nothing mean. But I must have those colours, white, orange, and green. Now you can't have these colours, the young maid replied, until your blood or mine on this green valley lies. For I am a rebel, it's plain to be seen, and I lay down my life for the flag of Sinn Féin.
Oh, that was beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jim. Thank you. That was beautiful. You have your daughter in tears. She's got tears.
She was saying, shut up, shut up.
Pain.
That was beautiful. Dad, do you often come into the club and join in one of the sing-alongs?
Well, I don't get up there much. Like I'm saying, when Richard was still alive, every time he comes down from Pennsylvania, we all go to the club.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it the other night. We haven't been up in the club for quite a while lately, And here's a little coincidence for you.
Okay. Okay.
You know Frank O'Driscoll,
Yes.
the bartender. Well, Frank O'Driscoll and this one and my son went to the same school in Dublin,
For heaven's sakes.
St. Lawrence O'Toole. And that was only for 1 year because I left in 57 and she was only like 6 or 7 years old and Richard was like about 5. And I went to the States and they were at Lawrence O'Toole and so was Frank O'Driscoll.
I'll be darned. Did he
That-
remember you?
No, he probably was in with my brother. He's a year younger than me, so we went to school with my brother. So,
But he
we
knows.
remembered
Frank
a lot
knows
of the
that.
same places. When
Yes.
we met him through the bowling team. He joined
That's
the
right, about
bowling
you.
team, and
Yeah.
then we met him, and they started talking, and started talking about all the Dublin places they've been, and yeah, it was
So,
great.
so when you came to the States, your wife went back to Dublin to live?
She was in Dublin when I left.
So she was in Dublin so that she was around her family and her.
Yeah.
That was
She lived with her
very
own
nice.
family.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, was it lonely for you when you came here? Did you have any way to keep in touch with your family back in Dublin?
Did we?
Did you keep in touch with your family in Dublin when
Oh,
you came over?
yeah. Well, first of all, I had to send money every week home, a few dollars home every
Yeah.
week. And then my brother came over one day, and we were sitting before they came over at all. And it was Mother's Day, and he wanted to call my mother in Belfast. So there were people who lived across the street from my mother had a telephone. So he called my mother and wished her happy Mother's Day and all that, And then he said, no, we should call Chris's mother. That was my wife's mother.
Yeah.
But she didn't have a telephone. And the nearest telephone was a bar, Liverpool bar, which is like 9 blocks away,
Uh-huh.
So he called up this bar, and this is in about 1958 or so. So this bar tender sent somebody over to
To find her?
walk the 9 blocks over to the house, and they walked the 9 blocks back again to talk to my wife's father. We got the telephone bill. It was $380, and that was like 50 years ago.
Oh, you could have bought a house nearly for that kind of
He
money.
could have indeed.
Oh my God.
Now there we were sitting in the middle of the floor drinking with a bottle of Hagen in between us.
Do you remember how much your ticket cost when you came to the States?
£60,
£60.
one way.
And so it's £60. That was probably around $40, maybe, because the pound was worth less than the dollar then, right?
I really can't say that now, Peggy, but they used to call 5 shillings a dollar. I would say it was probably maybe about $100.
Okay,
I would
right.
say
All right. And how
that was one way.
one way. Well, yeah. Well, you only needed to go one way.
Yeah,
and
the way I was going back
you were
without a job.
yeah. And how long did it take to make that journey over? How long was the journey from?
Oh God, we had to stop twice. We had to probably about 10 hours at that time. Yeah.
Yeah. And then with the whole family coming, they all came at one time. Did they come by
They
plane?
came on the Mauritania.
They came by ship. And how long did that take? The ship journey take?
A week,
5 days, wasn't it?
5 days.
5 days. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
5 days.
Yeah. And they came in New York.
Came to New York, yes.
Yeah.
My brother and I met them in New York.
Yeah. Yeah. I bet that was a very happy day for you.
Well, in one way it was, because when I had a little apartment in Hanson Avenue, not Hanson Avenue, Hancock Avenue, and we stopped at my sister Rita's first. We had dinner there, and of course I couldn't wait to I hadn't seen my wife for almost a year.
Yes. Yeah.
But in the meantime, my sister Rita, who died a couple of years ago, and Nuala, who's still here, had put a whole bunch of glass marbles under the sheet of my bed. And I didn't feel it, but my poor wife.
They were wicked little ones, weren't they?
What can I say?
And did Rita have children too? That your children all played together and?
Oh yeah, Rita had 5 sons. Still has 5 sons.
Yeah.
And one daughter, Jerry Sloot.
Yeah.
Did you know Rita? You must know Rita, no?
I don't think I do. No, I don't think so. Well, we've had a really good chat here today, but when you were thinking about coming and talking to me? Were there things you wanted to be sure you told me about?
No, not really. Actually, I didn't want to do it at all. Somebody was after me for years to do this, and somebody was just bold with it. Because I don't talk a lot to people. Like, you know, I'm not outgoing.
You have a story to tell, and that's the important thing, is that people get to hear the story. And
If somebody asks me a question, I can answer.
yeah,
like, you know.
yeah. I'm going to ask you, Jerry, and you, Amy. Have you got any story you would really love to hear him tell us?
I have actually one. You told me the story about when the Black and Tans came over, and how you couldn't step out of your doorway because at night they would shoot down the streets. Remember that you told me when the Black and Tans came over when you were younger?
Oh, that was
How when
that was my mother's aunt. They used to come down the street. They had a curfew. You had to be home at night by 10 o'clock or whatever. So they would come down. They would come across the top of the street, and they would just fire one shot down each side of the street. And my aunt just happened to stick her head out, and it went right through her mouth. Bullet, but she didn't die, like, you know.
Oh my God!
You wouldn't believe what happened over there.
And now another time when they were bombing, were you in the bar? In you and home?
Yeah, he said that.
Oh, did he say
did
that?
said
Okay.
that, yeah.
And they
That's-
bombed that bar that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
They actually just would take an aim down the street.
They were just doing that.
To make sure you were in.
Yeah.
Random shot is what it was.
Yeah. So that everybody knew to be in.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, that must have been. What happened
was-
if you worked at nighttime?
Well, my father did, and he had a pass. He had a pass. But he had to come out of the house and hold the pass up like that, walk up the street with the pass in his hand.
Up over his head, so
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
knew that was.
Yeah.
Wow.
They would shoot you out of hand. There was no question about that. Like,
Yeah.
and there was no redress. You know.
Yeah.
There's no comebacker. You know.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Ugh, it's very frightening to think about.
Yeah.
Very frightening.
But you know what? You have to live with this stuff, Peg. You don't know what's going to happen or what happens. And when it happens, you have to live with it. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You know.
I suppose that's in any war zone. That's how it is. You know, you kind of that's your life, and so that's how you live it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at the people in London during the Blitz. They used to go in the shelter every night with their kids and all, and then and the underground. And then get up in the morning and go to work, and the kids would go to school. You know.
Yeah. And that's just it was like.
You have to. Depends on how you. I think in this country, if that happened in this country, I think there'd be panic stations. I think.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really do.
Did either your mother or your father ever come to the States?
My mother did several times. My father did during the war. He was over once. My mother came several times. Yeah.
While your children were growing up?
Yep.
Oh, and what did she think? Did she enjoy it?
Yeah, she liked it. Yeah, she was good. And then I had one sister, Marie, who was retired, and she died, but she was over here one time too. Yeah.
Yeah, very nice. Well, Jim, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit and talk
My
with
pleasure,
us.
dear.
It was lovely, and thank you for singing the song for us. And
Hope that's not on record.
it is on record, indeed it is.
Not just here. Several other places as well. Don't worry about it.
Thank you so much, Jim.
You're very welcome, dear.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Yes.